What's up, guys? This is Saphir from Life Gaming, and today I have a story to tell you guys about what happened today. So, today was registration for my school, and so I had to, register, get my ID, get my schedule, get my locker, and all that good stuff. This bot was really stupid. It was a slender bot. But so usually it's me and my mom to go, or my sister and my mom, or whoever is registering. And because my dad doesn't like to do that kind of crap, waiting in line and all that stuff, so we go there. This time it's me and my dad, and it's like high school, so it's very crowded, and all this stuff. And we go in there. Right as we walk in the door, there is a line crossing the entire room, in which we cannot cross or cut. So we go to the end of the line. That's it. My dad, he goes, and he says, "Don't tell me that. Are you serious? No, this is not going to happen. We're not going to go back into that flipping line and wait another hour. All right, we are done waiting in line." And this has already been like maybe 30 minutes of waiting, or like 25 minutes probably. About 5 minutes, who cares? So then we're like, okay, you know what? We're not going back into that line. We're just going to go and do all the other things, and then we'll come back and it'll probably be done. All right, so we go to the pictures, all right, and to get photo and ID. We go in there or out there, and it's very, very well made. All they tell you, okay, come up to this line. You get a barcode with your name on it. Then you wait in line to go get your picture. You give the picture guy your barcode, number, name, and then you wait for your ID to be printed. And while it's printing, you go down the stairs, and this dude with a neck brace, is like yelling out names, and some of them he's even pronouncing wrong. No wonder people are not coming to get them, and he's screaming at like the top of his lungs, and he can't call out the names like loud enough to over subdue the crowd, like subdue the voice, and get rid of the sound barrier of hundreds of people talking at the same time. It's like 10 cafeterias put inside of a cafeteria. That is how loud it was. I'm surprised I don't have a migraine right now. So we go, and we're standing, right next to this neck brace guy, next to this yelling guy, and we're sitting there, hearing his yelling, just hearing it. All right, we're waiting. We are waiting. Okay, we hear this kid that I know. We hear his name be called for his ID. He was before me. And he got his ID. He got it. He got it way, way long ago. We're still waiting there, and we don't get our ID yet. Still, even then, and it takes forever. And we're like, are you kidding me? Are you serious right now? It's taking this long to get an ID? I mean, it takes like 4 seconds to print, but it takes like 40 minutes to collect, I guess. So we go, and we're like, okay, forget this. Okay, so we go back to the original line, and my dad proposes a devious plan of cheatness. He says, okay, what if I stand in this line, okay, and you go to get your locker? And we're sitting there, and I'm like, yeah. So I agree, and I say, let's go. So he stands in this line, the original line that we were halfway through, and I go out into the main hall or whatever, and I'm like, okay, where's the lockers? And I say, oh my goodness, it is the size of a lunchroom line. Oh my gosh, not a lunch line, but a lunchroom line. It crossed the whole room. The entire room was crossed and turned. People had to swerve inward like a spiral staircase just to not, you know, can't think of the word, not punch people in the face. So I'm like, oh goodness, I see my friends. I'm like, hallelujah, okay? This is it. I can get half of the line done, probably more than half if I just go with my friends. I see my friend Dallas, and he's waving to me like, get over here. And I'm like, thank you. And I go over there, and I'm like, yeah. I was like, thank you for, totally not, letting me budge in front of the line. Thank you for that. So, they're like, no problem. And we're going to get lockers, right? I go, and my dad comes out of nowhere and says, that line is like an hour and a half wait. And I'm like, are you kidding me? So we're going to have to wait like another hour for the first line if my dad was to stay in that line. Well, he got out to come to me in the locker line, and we ended up just walking right up to the counter and saying, hey, where's the locker? And this lady's like, okay, we're getting lockers over here too. So I get a locker, and I'm like, are you serious? Oh, and it's 1481. That's the locker number, like locker 1481. You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be joking. So we're going to the second main hall with the lockers, and they're like 600. So we go all the way down the hall, and there's 1,100. We're getting close. It stops there. So we go all the way back to the main hall with the lockers, and we ask someone, where's the 1400s? It's just downstairs. So it's like the main hall lockers, and it's just downstairs. So it's really not that big a deal. But then after we get our locker, and I figured out where my locker is and everything, I'm like, all right, I can do this. And then we go back to the the original line, and it's gone. No one's there. So, oh man, I got something in my throat. So we go and we talk to this lady, which is a teacher. Me and my dad asks her, so can we come back at 7:30 tomorrow to just register? And she's like, well, no one's gonna be here. The only reason we're here, or it's gonna be open, is because people don't get there till 8. I'm like, is it 7:30 or 8? That was my thought process. I was like, you're not very clear, woman. So does it start at 7:30, and you guys just no one gets here till 8, or is it at 8? Tell me that, please. And she's like, it starts at 7:30. The doors open at 7:30. And we're like, all right, we already know that. You said that before. Doors open at 7:30. We got it. And so my dad asks, so can we register at 7:30? And she's like, the doors open at 7:30. But people don't get here. And so my dad goes and says, do they start? You don't see me, but I'm shaking my hands in frustration. I'm like, are you... Look, his mustache almost sticks out at you and like slaps you. And that's when you know you're getting on his side. You know, because his mustache is like freakishly sticking out, like his eyeballs, they're just, oh, they look like he's about to for lunch. And this lady goes out of her way to say, okay, let me just go from the top. It's open, the door's open. And me and my dad are like, we know that. And then I say, can we register at 7:30? That's like this 12th time that I've asked, or we asked. And she says, yeah. And my dad goes up in her face. Now how hard was it? And she looked like she was about to cry. And we left. We walked right out of there. We just walked right out. Now tomorrow, we're actually going to go and register. And if I don't pre-register online, we're going to have to talk to that lady. So hopefully we don't have to. And we don't got to crack some knuckles here. And break some faces. Hope you guys enjoyed the story and the good gameplay. It was like an overall gameplay. quick scoping, all that stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed, and